Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number one of my 31 favorite keyboard players of all time. We quickly have reached the final day. It is the 31st of July, 2025. We've been counting back our favorite 31 keyboard players across all genres each and every day here this month, and we have reached numero uno, right? My favorite player of all time. Many of you were surprised yesterday like, oh my God, Pete, John Lord, I thought for sure would be your number one. Oh, well, he was my number one for decades. Um, still love him. I mean, number two is really lofty, right? Most people wouldn't complain about being a number two in a top 31 list. But there's someone else, I think, who has just risen just a little bit more in recent years, become my favorite keyboard player of all time. And it's someone whose body of work is just you can't even measure it. It's just absolutely incredible. All the albums he's played on, solo records, band records, collaborations, guest stars. I mean, it's just mind-boggling everything that this guy has done. He played on some seminal jazz records, played on some seminal fusion records. Lots of cool jazz rock stuff. He's noted for being one of the most amazing pianists and composers of the last 60 years, but his work on different Yamaha and Moog synthesizers, Fender Rhodes electric piano, Hohner clavinet, right, as well as, like I mentioned, on the Yamaha grand piano and whatnot. And he's played the Oberheim synthesizers, ARP Odysseys, like I mentioned, various Moogs and mini Moogs and all that sort of thing. I mean, he's utilized everything. And to me, there is none better than the maestro, Mr. Chick Corea, who is greatly missed. Greatly, greatly missed. This is another one of those guys, there are a certain handful of musicians who have passed away, in recent times or even long time ago that we love, that like every time you listen to their music, you kind of feel that thing that you're like, oh man, wouldn't it be great if this person was still around making music? He's one of them. He's one of them. I remember what a sad day it was when he left us, and to me, his music. And again, I don't listen to all of it because his discography is absolutely immense. But I do have lots of Chick Corea stuff, and I just listen to it regardless whether it's Chick Corea solo or, like I said, Chick Corea collaborations or the Return to Forever band or the electric band, the acoustic band, what have you. You hear a Chick Corea playing his piano or playing on a synth or his composition, and you're like, oh, it's like it's just beautiful. It's perfect. It's magical. And his skills on all these various keyboards just beyond anything you can imagine. Just so good. And what a composer. What a composer. That's the reason why he's my number one, because, technically proficient, virtuoso on all these different keyboards, a great band leader, but what a composer and songwriter. He's like the total package. And, for those of you watching who maybe aren't into jazz or fusion, right, you're probably like, Chick Corea doesn't really mean much to me. Give a little bit of time to listen to a few things that maybe I'll mention over the next couple of minutes, and just you'll hear what an amazing, amazing musician this guy really was. Just incredible, incredible stuff. So let's talk about some of my favorite albums. This near impossible task, near impossible task here. Um, and I really struggled with. I mean, not maybe not so much the albums, right? I think at least one of the albums for sure. Two of the albums, you could really pick anything here. Uh, let's start with Hymn of the Seventh Galaxy, which is the first Return to Forever electric, full-on electric album. So of course there was other material prior to this where it was more of kind of like a totally different band, no guitar, mostly piano, a little bit of electric piano, drums, percussion, bass, a little bit of vocals and things like that. Just definitely softer music, but with the addition of Lenny White, Stanley Clark, and Billy Connors here, they really became a formidable and one of the most influential jazz rock bands of all time. Because this album rocks. It totally rocks. This is, the first full-on jazz fusion record from this particular band. And, what an album. And what great keyboard playing from him on this particular record. I mean, not only is he doing acoustic piano, because mostly, other than playing lots of Fender Rhodes during his time with Miles Davis leading up to this, mostly known as just a pianist, right? So here he's doing acoustic piano, Fender Rhodes electric piano, organ, Yamaha organ, harpsichord. That's mainly his weapons of choice on this record. The full-on synth love would come shortly thereafter. But man, some amazing stuff on here. Him and the title track, which opens up "What a Barrage." His work on the organ on this and the electric piano on this album, amazing. Captain Senior Mouse, gorgeous. What an amazing song. What an amazing composition. His piano work, superb. After the Cosmic Rain theme to the Mothership, so good. You got Space Circus and the Game Maker. Album ends with a blast. Just so good. 42 minutes of just near perfection on a fusion record. Doesn't get much better than this. But actually, it does get a little bit better, right? Because my next choice is going to be easily my favorite album he's ever recorded on, and that would be the Romantic Warrior, the final electric album from Return to Forever. And again, full-on electric album with the powerful band. So of course, here we have in place of Billy Connors, you've got Al Di Meola, who had appeared on two other albums with the band, along with Stanley Clark and Lenny White. This is just ridiculously good. And here you have Chick on acoustic piano, Fender Rhodes electric piano. He's playing the clavinet, the Hohner clavinet on here. You got the Yamaha organ once again. You've got various synths on this album. This might be my favorite overall album with him using synthesizers, although there are a couple electric band albums that might come close. But here he's playing the ARP Odyssey on here. He's playing the Micro Moog and the Mini Moog and the Moog 15 modular and the Poly Moog. I mean, all this stuff, right? All these things. If you look at any live footage or whatever of the band at this time, he's got shit all over the place, right? All sorts of stuff. But this is just an amazing, amazing record. One of the all-time great albums of any genre. Starts off with Medieval Overture, dun, 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 that haunting synth at the beginning, plows right into the song, right? Sorceress is on here, so good. Title track, amazing. Then on side two, you got Demiola's Majestic Dance, cool, funky, The Magician by Stanley, amazing. And then, of course, Duel of the Jester and the Tyrants, parts one and two. More amazing piano work and other keyboards from Chick there. Just an amazing, amazing composition. Like I said, doesn't get much better than this stuff. And then my final pick, I really went back and forth. I mean, there's so many to choose from here. I thought there's a couple Chick solo records that are just amazing. If you're just strictly looking at piano, I tend to go favor albums from Chick where he's playing various instruments. The solo piano stuff and the piano trio albums, all those are great. But I like to hear when he's mixing it up. And for me, one of my favorite albums from him, really mixing it up with another great band, is Inside Out from the Chick Corea Electric Band. So here we have Chick alongside Frank Gambale on guitar, the great Dave Weckl on drums, Eric Marienthal on sax, and the amazing John Patitucci on bass. And here you have some amazing compositions where the band really gets to stretch out and put together these kind of like long involved suites, right? And here Chick is playing, lots of acoustic grand piano, as well as various synths here. The opening Inside Out is showing you his great synth work, that like atmospheric touch, as well as the great lead piano melodies. And then you have Make a Wish parts one and part two, which is great. Stretch It parts one and part two, the awesome Kicker, the lush Child's Play, and then of course Tale of Daring. 4 chapters there, roughly, I don't know, 15 minutes worth of music. And again, the piano work is amazing. The synth work is amazing. The chapter 4, where all of them go back and forth with these brief little bursts of soloing, following each other in a blaze of glory. Just sick stuff. But more importantly, I mean, the melodies throughout this album are just so good. The playing is off the charts. But yeah, just absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So as far as favorite song, this was near impossible. Near impossible. And ultimately I got tired of trying to figure it out. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to go with what my gut is telling me. And I'm going to go with the title track to this album, The Romantic Warrior. um, his piano work is just sublime here. Gorgeous. The melodies are just like they're hauntingly beautiful. Daniela and Stanley Clark play. That's just and everybody is off the charts great on this song. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful song on a wonderful album. And if someone asked me, what can you kind of give me a song that explains this brilliance of this gentleman Chick Corea in one song so I can grasp it, I'd be hard pressed not to give him this one. Again, it's gentler, but it's so beautiful, and it gives you his masterful piano playing, but more importantly, his masterful composing skills all in one place. So it has to be that. So The Romantic Warrior is my song. This album, him of the Seventh Galaxy, and Inside Out from the Electric Band are going to be my picks. We'll bring him back to the stage one last time here. Mr. Chick Corea, he is my pick for today. Before we let you go, of course, we got to do some honorable mentions, right? So let me turn off the Prezi here and go through these honorable mentions with you because there's a lot of them. There's, too many great keyboard players to mention. There's, I'm sure, a lot that I'm kind of forgetting. Maybe some obvious ones, maybe not some obvious ones. You can't mention everybody. But some of the ones who made my honorable mentions list, that some of them were on and off on and off the list. Excuse me. As I go through an early morning coughing fit and I don't have any water. Donald Fagen from Steely Dan. Amazing player. Christine McVie, the late great Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac. Thelonious Monk. Benmont Tench from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Mike Pinder from the Moody Blues. The great jazz pianist McCoy Tyner. The great jazz pianist Keith Jarrett. From Styx, Lawrence Gowan. Currently now in Kansas, played with Yes and various other bands, Tom Brislin. Stevie Wonder. Elton John. Billy Joel. John Taft from Renaissance. Billy Preston. Nicky Hopkins. Vincent Crane from Atomic Rooster. The late great Billy Powell from Lynyrd Skynyrd. Roger Powell from Utopia. John Evan, Jethro Tull. Tees Van Leer from Focus. Richard Tandy from ELO. The great Robert Lamb from Chicago. Phil Lanzon from Uriah Heep and Grand Prix. Edgar Winter. Bill Payne, of course, from Little Feat. Mike Ratledge from Soft Machine. Brian Auger. Alan Pasqua, great fusion player. Barry Miles, another great fusion player. Hiromi, great fusion player, pianist, synth player. David Sinclair. Rick Vanderlinden, awesome prog keyboard player. If you love Keith Emerson, check him out. Thomas Bowden, formerly the Flower Kings. Mark Kelly from Marillion. Martin Offord, formerly of IQ. Rod Argent, and Alan Parsons. There's many more. You get the picture. There's a lot of great ones, but those are just some of my honorable mentions. So thanks for watching this month. It proved to be pretty popular, right? Guys seem to dig this, right? I know keyboard players are a little more obscure than guitar players, drummers, and bass players, but I think enough people watch this to make it worthwhile each day. So list your final pick for number one, as well as your honorable mentions down in the comments below. And we'll see you tomorrow, starting tomorrow, all month in August. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite frontmen who also were full-time instrumentalist. Remember, full-time instrumentalist. So don't pick someone who, sings 90% of the time, but occasionally they pull out an acoustic guitar or sit at the piano, right? We're not really looking for those. We're looking for those front men or front women who are out there and they regularly have on a guitar or a bass or at the drum kit or at the keyboards, right? Or have the flute or have the violin or whatever. And they are regular vocalists and they regularly play that other instrument, right? That's what we're looking for. So I'm not necessarily ranking mine because, yeah, but it'll be full of my favorites for the month. And you do the same. And we'll see you tomorrow for that. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options. Thank you in advance for all your support there, folks. It's greatly appreciated. And we'll see you soon. See you tomorrow for pick number whatever tomorrow for that. Yes, it's early. It's really early. It's raining out. Thunder and lightning here well, I don't know about lightning, but it's been thundering here in the Hudson Valley. And I have all my lights on here because it's so dark outside. It's just so anyway, we'll see you tomorrow with more stuff. Take care. Bye bye.